Hello, 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 everyone. We're doing it live. More Take the Initiative League Top Cut. Just getting the word out about the stream. We had some exciting decks here today. And they have just given me authorization to take a look at those hands. This one's going to be fun. We had two very, very interesting decks here today. I'm going to decrease that volume. Okay. Let's just make sure we get it. So we have Han here from Thorrk and Thrawn out of CopyKatt. He may be named CopyKatt, but his deck is very original. So I'm excited to see what it can do. Thrawn has gotten a bit of a bad rap. But he can do some interesting stuff. So let's see what he does. Unfortunately, they're getting started pretty early, so I'm not going to take a look at the deck list yet. But we'll take a look at the list between games, and of course you can find them in the description if you want to look for yourself. There's a regional governor. I'm not sure what was named. Governor, did they say it in chat? Han. Okay. So no big Han gonna be coming out for Thorrk. Resupply there. That's big. That puts the Han turn up to next turn. So yeah, I'm not sure that that's right, because if you get to the Han turn, like, the Han leader can just attack over that governor and allow it to come down. So wouldn't put too much stock in that. But I mean, we're now at the turn where Thorrk could ramp into Han, but there's just not much of a reason to. Like, he doesn't have anything big in hand, really. Childson coming down +3. That's big. Thorrk has answers in his hand, like that Syndicate Lackeys is an answer. Like, it's a 1-for-1 answer, so that's a decent option. He could also, like, just surprise strike the Battlefield Marine into it. Looks like he is going to go for the Lackeys. Childson is a card that's been falling out of a lot of lists, or maybe that's not right, but he hasn't been in many ever, really. But he's in this one. And Thorrk is going to go to Han this turn. He can't get much out of it, but he can get the unit, and that's, good enough. Both these players are on 30 health bases, so game is going to go a bit longer. When Thorrk keeps drawing low-cost stuff. Yeah, I mean, if CopyKatt, I mean, he's behind in the resource game, but if he can manage to stave off this aggression right now, like, he can come back. And Childson is going to be good for that. He's between Charlton and Bosk. If he goes for Charlton, he can actually use the Thrawn ability here to exhaust something. We don't exactly know how big that can go, if he has a 6 or just a 3. And it looks like Surprise Strike. Yeah, Surprise Strike the Batmarine. Knock out that Childson. And it looks like he does not... There's not anything big enough to answer that Han. And now Thorrk is just going to be able to dump out the rest of his hand. And he's getting a bunch of damage in, but now he's out of cards. And that Regional Governor is preventing the big Han Solo play. Oh, it looks like he drew from his discard. I was going to say, like, 4 Childsons? No. Oh, but he drew the 3rd Childson. Wow. Let's see. Vigilance is online for Copycat now also. Thrawn is going to come down this turn. Things are looking up for Copycat. Oh, but that is a Ewing reinforcement in Thork's hand, and that is major. See, Bosk just going to come in and answer that. Yeah, I mean, even if Copycat can stabilize here, like, it's going to take a lot to come back from like taking this much damage, and the Ewing reinforcement is going to make that even more difficult. Ooh, he pulled the Vanguard Ace. The Vanguard Ace combo is really nice with Ewing, because it counts both the other cards. And does it count the Ewing? I'm not actually sure if it counts Ewing. I think it would, right? So if you pull it out with 2 other guys, you're pretty much guaranteed. It basically is a 4/4. I've theory crafted with it, but I've never actually seen it in action. We'll see if he ends up going for that. He's looking like he might just play this like Greedo plus Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. He can't play the Han because of Regional Governor. If you wanted to go for the Vanguard Ace combo, I think it would have to be like Mon Mothma plus Greedo plus the Vanguard Ace. Yeah, home one was unfortunately not an option. I mean, like, Squadron or Skirmisher plus Greedo is a pretty good play here, and he gets to pick up something out of his discard. That Ewing reinforcement is big here. Yeah, picks up the Batmarine out of the discard, knocks out that, he's gonna knock out Bosk instead of the Governor. Should be 4, right? Yep, 4. Copycat's wishing he would have called a different 7 with that Governor. Let's see. So, I mean, Copycat here has trades into both those things. Like, he can go Governor into Greedo, Thrawn into Skirmisher. Ooh, and that is going to take out the Governor, but he lost that second Ewing reinforcement. That would have been big. We're going into another round. Copycat is stuck on 7 resources. He has that Avenger, but it's not gonna be live for another couple turns. Resourcing the Juggernaut. He has Childson in hand. Childson can be a 5/5 again. System Patrol Craft can be a Sentinel. Vigilance is not doing a ton right now. because both these guys are over 3 health. Let's see. Thorrk on Thorrk's end, Thorrk has a surprise strike for, and that does get you to lethal this turn if both these units are able to attack. Now there's no guarantee that that's actually going to happen because, yep, in fact, it's not going to happen. All right. But another Ewing reinforcement is going to mean business. So on Copykatt's end, the Vigilance here can answer Han, and heal 5. We'll see what comes out of this Ewing. Looks like Thorrk is not drawing the card, so we can't see what his thought process is. But you know, at least one of the cards is home one, but unfortunately, it's not a valid target for Ewing. If he does have a Han unit, it is a legal play now because the regional governor is dead. He's taking a while to think about this. It's a big decision, right? We're right on the edge of Copykatt being able to take control of this game. But it's gonna come down to a few health. And you have to pick the absolute most right thing here. All right, and there's Han. And Vigilance gonna knock out that Han leader, heal 5. I mean, that keeps him in the game, but he's only got 11 health left. He's facing 9 on board plus a surprise strike in hand. It's gonna be rough. Super laser blast. Oh, that's actually really big for Copykatt here. I mean, you got to be really greedy to not fire it right away. It sucks. I mean, he has options. Like, he could go Childson basically just eats a Han attack. He can't be big enough to survive Han. I think, like, if he has a greedy play that's actually viable, it's to use Thrawn. But then, I mean, then he can't play Super Laser at all. I think you just do it. I think you just fire the Super Laser. And then next turn you start using Avenger to deal with the threats. Thorrk does not have an easy answer to Avenger in his list, I believe. I mean, he might be running Waylays. That is probably the closest thing. Oh, did he pass? He passed. Oh, no. He was greedy. Oh, that's... Oh, wait. Thorrk had the initiative. Never mind. I don't think he passed. I think that was a correct move from Thorrk. Sorry. I thought Copykatt had the initiative. But yeah, I mean, that's... You have to do that there. No other play. I guess maybe there's... Yeah, no. It's the only play. You gotta take the initiative. And Avenger, like, oh, he's got double Avenger. Like that, I mean, he's at 28. Like he's right on the edge. He cannot allow a single attack to go through. So I mean, he has like, yeah, I think you do it, Avenger, knock him down. There's less greedy plays that like you go like Power the Dark Side or Boss to take out that one threat. All right, here's the Skirmisher. And Skirmisher can pull something from discard, probably Batmarine. That puts 2 ways to lethal. Childson can block it temporarily. CopyKatt is starting to turn the corner here. It might be too late, but he is starting to turn the corner. So this, I mean, ooh, double Waylay. Oh, Waylay. See, a double Waylay might actually just be it. That I think is the exact thing that Thorrk control that wins him the game. Oh no. So he goes up to 3. Waylay, you play it back, Waylay again. There's nothing you can do from that point, I think. Yep, Waylay. Play it back. Show the same 3. Waylay again. And that's it. Oh my god. That, okay. So was that other? Yeah, wow. That's just, he had to draw pretty much exactly that to win, and he did. That's the second time that's happened this cut. Wow. We had a game the other day. Someone needed to draw exactly Barrage to win, and they did. But wow, close one by CopyKatt. That shows like the dynamics of this control versus aggro matchup. The control deck is just gonna wait until it can turn the corner, and the aggro deck is gonna try and push a bunch of damage such that like either you can end the game before it gets to the point where the control deck is established, or you just do so much damage that really all it takes is to sneak one thing through. And the aggro deck is aided in this game in that paradigm because you're drawing 2 cards a turn. And yeah, and what we saw last game was pretty much that Thorrk just put the pedal to the metal early on. And like, we saw like at that, end point, CopyKatt pretty much, he had the Avenger established. He had a bunch of removal in hand, bunch of units that did stuff that kept him alive, but it just wasn't enough because he was at 28. If he was at 26 instead of 28, there's a good chance he won that game. Or no, I don't. If he was at 25, he can survive a lot. But that's just that's 3 extra damage that got in there at some point. That really changed the game. So while they're siding, we can show the list real quick. So this is the Thrawn deck. It's really spicy. He's got a main deck, 9 resource Luke Skywalker in there, like, and he's got another one in the sideboard. He's got Chimeras in the sideboard also. He's also on 3 Avenger main deck, which I like. I'm a big fan of that. He was only on the 1 Vigilance, and we saw it that game. He's on Dooku's. I mean, this is a pretty standard like yellow blue deck. It's running a lot of the cards that you would expect it to run. This is like we haven't seen many like decks in this color combo, but like, I mean, these make sense as a way to run it. And Thorrk's end, I think it's also like a pretty standard Han deck. I know he's been labbing this out a lot. He's got Vanguard Aces in there. For the Ewing combo, he's on like 3 Ewing, 3 Han, and then 3 Home 1 for the top deck. He's also got 3 Reinforcement Walker on the side. Spark Rebellion on the side also. That might come in for this matchup. And he's on 3 Traders in the main. That's not something you've seen everyone run, but it's makes a lot of sense. And they're about to get going. Sorry about that. Well, did not see Luke's before, yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. And no turn 1 play for CopyKatt. You can survive that. I guess his only turn 2 play is Power of the Dark Side. This is not looking great for CopyKatt. Like, he has to burn Power of the Dark Side to kill a Battlefield Marine. His Childson is only 1 right now. He drew 2 blue cards. Okay, so he's safe. If he resources one of these No Good to Me Deads, he can play now a 3 experience Childson. Boom. And it looks like Thorrk did bring in the the Reinforcement Walkers, but he is now stuck with a bunch of expensive stuff in hand and nothing to do with it. Power's money now? Yep, absolutely. Like, you know, Thorrk is on 5. He can go up to 6 with Han, but he doesn't have anything on 6 or 7 to play. His only thing is Traitorous, which does not have valid targets right now. And that draw of 2 blue cards, I think, changed the game a lot for CopyKatt. Thorrk resourcing the Traitorous. Here he can go up to 8 with Han and play like either this Walker or the home one, and that's really big. But he's staring down a Vanquish, which is not great. It is only 1 Vanquish, and he has like 2 threats that he can play like this turn and next turn. But I think CopyKatt's in like a relatively strong position here. Let's see. CopyKatt also has the No Good to Me Dead to tap down Han, or just Power. Power of the Dark Side to do that. But Thorrk also knows about the Power of the Dark Side from Childson revealing it, so he can do things like play this Bright Hope to play around it, and then like instead go for like the 3-drop Echo Base Defender this turn instead of Han. He doesn't even need to like do the extra resource with Han. He can just deploy. Well, but I mean, Han doesn't have a good attack target right now. Like, you really don't want to hit this Childson. CopyKatt's been doing a good job of forcing some difficult decisions this game, and it doesn't help that Thorrk's hand is pretty bad. Yeah. So Thorrk right now has 2 options basically, and that is, well, there's like a secret 3rd option, but like he can basically deploy Han, surprise strike into the Childson, or I guess just attack normally into the Childson, but that doesn't really get you anywhere. Yeah, it looks like he took the initiative. Okay, that was like the secret 3rd option. When he's resourcing, I think that was the second home one that he resourced. All right, and Thrawn is going to come down this turn, and Han's deployment has been delayed, but it may happen this turn also. Let's see. But yeah, Thorrk can get to either home one or Reinforcement Walker this turn. He's not going to. He's playing a slow trying to clear some of that removal out. I imagine he's gonna take Vanquish here. Maybe he takes No Good to Be Dead. I think it's Vanquish. Yep, it's Vanquish. That means that, you know, whatever big ship, big vehicle gets played is gonna stick around. But now, I mean, Thorrk is now sort of in a position where he's the control deck. And I mean, he has enough big stuff that he can play that role. But it's rough. Echo-based defender gonna come down. I mean, that's gonna it's a pretty easy kill for either Thrawn or Greedo. Here's Han. Or he's actually not even gonna do it. Is he? Yeah, like the Han just doesn't have much utility here. He's just not doing much. He's gonna get No Good to Be Deaded. Wow. I mean, Thorrk has done well to delay his plays, but he's taken a lot of damage in the process. But he's only taken 13 out of 30. And like this turn, he can actually start seriously playing stuff. Like he can go home one and bring back Echo-based defender. Or I think he's Batmarine in there also. It looks like he's gonna go for the home one line, not the reinforcement walker, which I think is the right line. And let's say if you're, I think you can go vigilance and give a shield to, looks like, Thrawn. Interesting. So he can. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to go face. Yeah, he can get away with that. And CopyKatt is very close to just winning this one. Like he doesn't even need to try and play for Power of the Dark Side here. But yeah, see, I mean, you pretty much have to kill this child son. I think you probably should have given the shield to child son with that vigilance. But it doesn't make a massive difference. So this, I mean, the home one restore is going to keep Thorrk in the game, and it may keep him in the game for a while. Now let's see. It looks like he does not have the ability to exhaust that home one. Puts down 3, and that's 10 resources, or 8, only 8 up, but that's enough to play a reinforcement walker, get another heal 3. Thorrk he's in it. He's in it. Super Laser's gonna torch the board here. And I mean, I'm not entirely sure that benefits CopyKatt in this situation. Like he doesn't have any of his big stuff. I think he's in a good position overall, but like having burn through Walker and home one, and he's got some more stuff that he can bring in. But I mean, yeah, we're in a slow game state, and you would expect CopyKatt to be advantaged here, but Thorrk also has some big plays. Double Dooku, and that's big. That is big for CopyKatt. I think CopyKatt. I think these Dooku's are gonna start to close the game out for CopyKatt. I mean, yeah, he's going for it. Thorrk has the Change of Heart in hand, which is going to give him another turn. But there's a second Dooku in hand. It's looking rough, folks. I think Thrawn's going to take at least a game off of Han here. An Avenger. Oh, that is big. That is big. It looks like Thork's hovering over his hands, looking like he's about to scoop him up. I mean, he still has like an option to stay alive this round, and that's Change of Heart. But he does not have an easy way of dealing with this adventure. He goes 8 for. No, you can't. I don't think you can play. Yeah, because this is lethal through Walker. You have to go Change of Heart. That's like your only way to stay in the game. Yep, Change of Heart. Take Dooku. You can't even do anything with this Dooku. You just have to claim. If you're Thorrk, you just have to claim. You can go Surprise Strike there, but then I mean just claim and and that's it. And Thrawn takes it down. We're going to game 3, folks. This is what Take the Initiative is all about. Let's go and take a look at the bracket. Winner of this gets to play Dylan, who's on Krennic. It'd be really interesting to see Thrawn versus Krennic, the master of the controls. Let's take a look at these lists one more time. Pretty standard Han list with a few interesting things in there. And then this monstrosity of a Thrawn deck. I really want to see Luke in this game 3. I want to see him. I want to see him come down. He's not bad for 9. Especially if he can start healing you some. A lot of Boba in the top 16. No Palpatine. Yep. 8 Bobas, 0 Palpatines. 5 of those Bobas were greens, 2 yellow, and 1 red. And yeah, no Palpatine. Palpatine is ooh, he didn't CopyKatt there had the choice of playing regional governor and chose not to. Deciding he'd rather have the initiative. Going for Power of the Dark Side, Batmarine. You really want to see Childson here. Childson would be amazing here, but he does not have it, unfortunately. That has been CopyKatt's go-to on 4. Ooh, Reinforcement Walker on the top deck. And there's the 3rd Battlefield Marine. Oh, I'm going for Spark Rebellion first. Lots of good stuff you could take. Avenger is one of those cards that is impossible to out pretty much for Thorrk's deck. But it's also not one that's going to be relevant for a while. And takes the Vanquish. I like it. Makes sense. And goes for Death Trooper. All right. Puts, yeah, it should be 2 on one of those. Bat Marines. Death Trooper can clear the other one. Bib for Tuna. Haven't really seen him come down. We saw him earlier today in Poem's Mono Boba deck. He also didn't do much. Oh. So imagine we just see Death Trooper trade into Bat Marine here. Yep. Make it up and you can clear the other one. I mean, that's pretty much like the move. Yeah. If you're a copycat, you gotta be hoping that there's something that can exhaust this Han this turn. Like something on the top of the deck that can do it for Thrawn. Oh, there isn't. He took the initiative. Which means we're gonna see Ewing reinforcement come down. That's gonna be big. It would have been great for Copycat if he could have exhausted that Han. Because then he could have just powered the dark side at a opening next turn. But wow, yeah, this is big. What's gonna come out of this Ewing? And it looks like it's 2 cards. It is Lackeys and Mon Mothma. Okay, that's not the worst. And it looks like a bunch of whiffs on Mon Mothma. Copycat's hand is not amazing into this board. Power of the Dark Side is not going to be clearing anything. Vigilance is not going to be clearing anything except, or I guess like Mon Mothma. It could clear either of those could clear Mon Mothma, but not exactly what you want to be doing. All right, Thrawn comes out. Oh, so he's going to, I guess, exhaust Mon Mothma, hits, hit Han. That turns Han into a vigilance target. But now the Han unit can come in and clear this Thrawn. Six cost vigilance, doing its job. But Copycat is now, yeah, I mean, he's doing a good enough job, like keeping himself on like a high life total, but he doesn't have good answers for these units. Mon Mothma is just acting as a shield for that Power of the Dark Side. I mean, like, Charlton can come out and he's a 5/5, but or it's a 4/4 now after having played that power, but he just gets immediately killed by Han. Or like he trades with Syndicate Lackeys. I don't think Traitorous should still be in. Yeah, Traitorous, it's not a great fit in this matchup. It doesn't have very many targets. And yep, Charleston's just going to come out, eat an attack from Han, and he's stalling. He has this, like, this Avenger can start to take over the game, but if Thorrk just goes, like, Han resource the Traitorous and then play this Reinforcement Walker, it's hard to see how Copycat can come back from that. And he's going to go for it. Traitors is not doing much for you. You always draw it. Vanguard Ace, not doing a ton, but no reason not to have it in hand. Ooh, Super Laser Blast. That's exactly what you needed here. That is exactly the right card. Scary to commit so hard onto the board when a potential Super Laser exists. And New Brainer, you were vindicated. I totally forgot that was a thing that could happen. Yeah, wow. That's exactly what... That's just what the doctor ordered for CopyKatt. And Avenger going to be able to come down next turn. Yeah, I mean, he's CopyKatt's got a 13 health buffer right now. And there's the Luke. He drew it. He drew the Luke. Please don't resource it. Please don't resource the Luke. 9? Is it? He is. He's playing the Luke, and he's gonna kill the guard. Oh. And Luke's big enough to survive an attack from Han. Oh, CopyKatt. Please, can we bring Thrawn to the top 8? He's right about there. He's turning the corner. Avenger next turn. Thorrk does not have easy outs to these cards, and he's not close enough to 30 health that he can cheese one through. Skirmisher comes down. Skirmisher can pull something back. Actually, he pulls Mon Mothma. I guess he wants to use it to dig for home one. You don't even need to resource here if you're CopyKatt. Like, you're fine at 9. You don't gain much, at least immediately, by going to 10. But that build was also not super useful to you. You've got to be careful here with your Luke. You don't want to run into Han. Ooh, and he put himself in Han range there. There's Avenger, but Avenger's gonna be able to clear the Han next turn. CopyKatt, I think CopyKatt is about to start winning this. He does have to do all 30 damage. He doesn't have any kind of head start, but he can get there. Is it possible to play both Han and Mon this turn? It is, yeah. Okay, yeah. So the Avenger's not just gonna clear the Han immediately. That's good news for Thorrk. And he's got something to pick up. What is it? Yeah, it's home one, and that is big. Thorrk needs that. Vanquish, that's huge. And looks like CopyKatt's staying at 10. I mean, that's fine for now. I think, yeah, I see, No Good to Me Dead, the Han, right? I don't think you vanquish the Han. Because you know the home one's coming. I think you want to vanquish home one, if possible. Because it's a better vanquish target. I think you just hit face with Mon Mothma here if you're a Thorrk, because she's pretty much gonna die. Regional Governor can actually call home one also. That's a thing you've got to be playing around if you're Thorrk. So there's some reason not to attack with Mon Mothma. No Getting Me Dead has the awkward anti-synergy with Avenger. A little bit, yeah. But like that, it's not super relevant anyway here because of Mon Mothma. Because like she's always gonna be the target, even over No Getting Me Dead Han, I think. So Thorrk is on 9 resources. He has the ability to go up to 10. So he can play a utility card and the home one, and the utility card being either Leia to exhaust Avenger or Spark Rebellion to take a look inside that hand. Leia and discard would be good with home one. Yeah, it would be perfect here. If he does that, if he does play the utility card first, he has to give up the other one forever to the Han resource. He can attack with Mon Mothma, which risks like getting your home one Avenger, but it gets you 1 extra damage. Or you can just play the home one, which dodges the potential of getting your home one regional governored. Yeah, that's allowed. You can do that. And yeah, so you just kill the Bright Hope there. So yeah, the way this works, and it's kind of stupid, is that Avenger is on attack. So let's see. Let's see what the name card was. It was home one. He named home one with Governor. That Han is gonna be exhausted. What was I saying earlier? Yeah, so Avenger is on attack, so you can always just pick the attack target as long as it's a unit. So yeah. And Leia's gonna come down, exhaust that Avenger. Seven for Dooku. Clear the Leia. Ewing reinforcement. That is big. I did not see the pickup on Mothline. That's pretty good. Yeah. It looks like only 1 card coming down off of this Ewing reinforcement. Let's see what it is. Is it another Han? Is it Rogue Squadron? He is Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. That is going to clear the Regional Governor, turn home one back online, pull the Leia back from the discard. I mean, Thorrk is Thorrk's starting to look like he can push this through. That's the big thing with this Han deck, is it's basically an aggro deck that plays a bunch of big stuff. So Dooku answers that Skirmisher. Doesn't have an answer for the Han yet. I mean, like, he thinks he can Avenger it, but I mean, like, home one can come down and make that not matter, or just Leia. Don't get to be dead on Han again. That's that's saving him. Yeah, he's saving himself from that Han. This has been a really fun game to watch. Here comes home one. And Bright Hope coming. And again, Bright Hope just makes that. And he gets to pick up the the Leia. Wow. And Change of Heart. Oh, I think Thorrk is going to get this one. Cargo Juggernaut is going to save him some damage. But man, Change of Heart plus second home one is going to be hard to deal with. Oh, second Avenger. That's big. And Surprise Strike. That's also big. So Surprise Strike can get you 10 from home one. 6, and that's Change of Heart. So he's now taking, what, 8 plus 7 is 15, 16. He's now taking 17 damage from this, plus 3 from Surprise Strike. I think Thorrk just has it. Oh, man, this one was lots of ups and downs. Let's see, what's the line here? Is you can an Avenger that just basically pretty much takes out Bright Hope. And that's, yeah, and home one is lethal here. And Thorrk's got it. He finally kills that Han just for good measure. But that is it. Wow, what a game. I think it really came down to that Change of Heart, I think. But I think even without the Change of Heart, like, Thorrk was probably going to be able to outgrind it here. Wow, that is the power of this Han deck. You can play big stuff and also be aggressive. Let's get that bracket updated. Wow, that was a good one. That, folks, is the Take the Initiative League. And you can get in this for free yourself. Just join our Discord and play. So here's the bracket. Needs a bit of time to refresh. Yeah, so Thorrk is going to play Dylan, the winner of our match earlier today. Han versus Krennic. There's another Han that also made the top 8, and that's going to be facing up against Chirrut. We got some really interesting decks in this top 8. 2 Boba Greens so far, 1 Grand Inquisitor, and we're going to have a third Boba Green also, because the last match that is yet to be played is a mirror. And it's between 2 really good players, Hippo and Vodka. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for tuning in. Glad you could catch that one.